Hello everyone, and welcome back to Commander Clash. This week we're playing even more spicy new Outlaws of Thunder Junction Legends. Let's see what everyone's playing.
Hey, it's Phil, and while usually I love drawing cards, today we're going to cut the middleman and cast our spells right from the library.
Hi, I'm Richard, and I'm playing Gissa the Hellraiser. She makes zombie tokens every time you commit a crime, so I got a lot of nifty old niche cards to go on a crime spree today.
What's up, trainers? This week we're going with Loot, the key to everything. That's right, Magic's Pikachu is here, and we're going to make sure to play things from Exile. We packed a little bit of something for all the rampers this game. Don't worry, it'll make people mad, but the people are already mad thanks to MTG getting a Pikachu. Look at him! Look at him!
I'm Seth, and I'm playing Felix 5 Boots, which is essentially a new Panharmonicon, but a Panharmonicon that cares about us dealing combat damage to our opponents, so let's double up some triggers. This show is brought to you by our sponsors. You can purchase all the accessories we use on the show over at ultimateguard.com, and you can purchase all your cards over at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. You can also support us by buying merch at our merch store at mtggoldfishmerch.com and liking and subscribing to help the channel grow. All right, with the intros out of the way, let's hop into the game. 3, 2, 1. Clash on.
Loot rules everything in Magic.
That was pretty good. That was the best one yet, I think.
I think we're getting better. Trim just gave up. So it's just you and Phil that gotta line up now.
Can't be off sync if I don't.
Yeah, you can't be off sync if you don't say anything.
Oh, right. I'm first. How cool is that?
Oh,
Did y'all
I'm
know
second
that
and
Loot?
after Crim.
Magic's got a Pikachu. Ooh, boy. I love it. All right, let's keep this hand.
Does Loot just say his name over and over again?
Yeah, that's what he said. I imagine that's how it goes down. He just says Loot. Loot
Read
loot,
the flavor
loot,
text.
loot,
It's just loot.
I'm going to go ahead.
We see
and
your entire
play-
hand. I'm like, why are you showing me your graveyard? It's your hand, actually.
All right, well, I wanted to flex my graveyard, and I pass.
I'm gonna draw, and I'm gonna play Temple Garden tapped and go.
Ooh, all right, I will draw, and I will just play Undercity Sewers and Surveil, and keep it and go.
Worst thing about playing a monocolor deck is I can't surveil.
That is a
There
draw.
actually is a land that ETV's untapped that surveils, and I'm debating whether I should start jamming it everywhere. It's searchable, too. It's either a cave or a desert. I forgot. Crypt of Agadim. So this is the one that for 2 and I tap it, I can add a black for each creature in my graveyard.
I could tell I shuffled very well. So I'm going to play this land, Breeding Pool, brand new. I'll pass.
Well, it's time for Callan, not the commander one though. I mean, I guess you could play this as a commander.
Oh.
I'm going to send this one on an adventure. Curious Wunderkind? I don't know. This one this is from
When he
pre-release.
attacks, he blows up an artifact, right?
Yes, but I'm going to investigate. Then you may play an additional land. My additional land is a Maya, so every land is a
Aye.
forest.
You're bailing Richard out when you play these lands.
You are bailing me out
And-
so hard.
Search for tomorrow. Search your library for a basic
How
land
does he
card.
keep
I'm going
getting
to
all this ramp so
suspend
early?
this.
How many ramp spells do you play, Phil? Do you play
I mean,
like
this is
20 or
kind of
30?
a ramp deck. My commander
Yeah.
wants to have extra lands. And I'll pass to you.
All right, I will untap and draw. I'm just going to play a Windswept Thief, and then I will tap my Windswept Thief because of Yamaya and play a Sakura Tribe Elder. And you can go.
Green players out of control. I'm gonna play Takenuma. Then I'm gonna play a zombie. This is Withered Wretch.
Ooh.
It's a 2/2, and I can pay
Nostalgic.
1 mana to remove target card from a graveyard from the game.
All right, as you're
gotta
going,
get
I'm
the
going to
Legion
sack this for an
Premier.
island.
Commits a lot of crimes now,
It
I
commits
guess.
crimes. That is why it is in my deck.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to play Command Tower. Then I'm going to cast Pikachu, and then I pass.
What is actual text on Loot?
I don't know who Loot is.
What's the text on
Magic Pikachu says Ward 1. At the beginning of your upkeep,
course.
exile the top X cards of your library, or X is the number of card types among other non-land permanents you control. You may play
Okay,
those.
so right now it's 0, essentially. It does not draw you a card next turn.
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
I'm going to read my command as well because I'm going to cast it. Callan the Kid. Flying Lifelink 3/3. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other but your hand, you may cast a permanent spell with equal or lesser mana value from your hand without paying its mana cost. If you don't, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield.
That's not a landfall commander. That's Phil
here
just made
is
everything into a landfall.
a bounce
Everything's a landfall commander.
and I'm going to bounce Yarimaya. No forests for you. and go.
All right, we will.
Oh, no, you turned off
untap
Richard's
and
color
draw.
mana.
The problem with not playing many basics is I'm like, do I have to play this solemn even though I want to play something else because I might draw my last basic?
I live in that fear.
Bloodstained Mire, which is also a forest.
not anymore.
No, not anymore.
Yeah, I
Bill
bounced.
Oh, you
Bounce it
picked
back.
up the Yavimaya? Okay.
Wow, this actually was
Whoa.
relevant.
I mean, I guess it's fine. I can just crack my fetches, so I'll just crack both of them. I'm not sure what I'm getting exactly.
That Yavimaya was like a lightning bolt.
Yeah.
It really
Yeah.
was.
Seth, you should run
Looks
some
like I have
basics.
an Arbor deck.
All right, over
Whoa.
Human Breeding Pool, and then
Is
actually
this stacks?
and then I'm also gonna play the Solemn, so I'm just gonna keep searching and get a basic, and you can go. So I'm at 34.
I like how Seth has this whole Twitter thread about punishing all his ramp players, and he calls out me and Phil, and then here he is.
I learned from the best.
He's deflecting even on social media. Look at this game.
Are you just not going to
And
announce
we're
the
basic.
Phyrexian Tower, by the way, that you just played, Richard?
Relax. We're going double trouble. A Phyrexian Arena.
What a class.
Cast up
Yeah.
a Phyrexian Tower. Draw a card during my upkeep, lose a life.
So, Richard, are you punching Pikachu or are you passing?
I passed.
Okay.
First of all, I'm not
Pikachu's a
punching
1/1.
Pikachu. I'm punching
Oh, okay.
Ash. Okay, I'm punching your face.
I'm going to play around back to basics. I'm going to play an island. If it has loot, I probably play it. Omen Path Journey.
Oh,
There
my
it
God.
is. I got
Risky.
Mom
Blow
and
it
Dad,
up.
aka
Blow
Chase
it
and
up.
Roscoe. When I enter the battlefield, I search my library for up to 5 lands that have different names, exile them, and shuffle.
Oh,
Beginning my
what's this
end
one?
step, choose a card exiled with Omen Path Journey and put it onto the battlefield tapped.
Everyone ramped in so hard this week. We got 3 green players.
So I'm getting Commercial District, Thespian Stage, Thundering Falls, Shelter Thicket, and Slagwoods Bridge.
A very crim pile of lands.
Someone disenchant him.
And then I'll end turn, and then
Mhm.
at random, okay, this has been shuffled. Pikachu, bring me to a Thundering Falls. Very nice. I get a surveil.
Hey, get to surveil.
Oh, I will keep that. Okay.
I can't believe he survived. So in my upkeep, I'm gonna take the last time counter from this, and then I'll cast Search for Tomorrow. Search your library for a basic
Are
land
we
and put it
dead?
on the battlefield. I get a cast trigger because whenever you cast a spell from anywhere but other than your hand, you may cast a permanent spell or put a land on the battlefield. I guess I put a land on the battlefield because
There's
I'm going to
Yavimaya
search
again now that I
for a
took
basic.
6. Thanks, Phil.
I'll get an island. I'm going to suspend another card, and it's Deep Sea Kraken. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, if it's suspended, remove a time counter from it. Oh, it's a 10-drop actually, so this time I'm probably going to be able to cast something.
That's gotta be pretty fast in Commander, right?
I'm just going to keep back and just pass the turn.
Do you have actual 5 boots in your deck, Seth? If you don't, I'm reporting
I do
you.
not. I do not actually have 5 boots.
What?
in my deck. The boots are good enough. I have the good boots.
there
but
are
not,
5.
Not all of them. There are 5. They need to make better boots. I'm gonna play a Wood Elves.
Oh,
I need to get a basic forest.
He is going to ramp some more. Gross.
See, this is the stuff I don't mention on Twitter.
I don't play because you do it too. This is how you play Magic the Gathering in an unbeatable fashion.
There needs to be some way to punish
And then
ramping,
I'm gonna play
and then
Rose
plays 15
Pet.
of them.
I'm going to use all 4 of my manas and play a Toski Bearer of Secrets.
Uh-oh.
Thank you.
All right, Solemn's coming at you, Pikachu.
You got it. Pikachu
And then
goes
I will
38.
Draw a card because of Toski. And go ahead.
All right. Seth is at a dangerous position because he has unlimited mana and unlimited cards. We are going to pay
I only got
life.
7
Phyrexian
mana.
Arena, but you got a Toski going. I'm going to draw a card for my actual draw phase. We're going to play Mutavault. It can activate and become a creature of any type.
It is technically a zombie.
Ramp. How ridiculous. I'm going to play Scampering Surveyor. When it enters a
big
battlefield,
cards.
search your
Sell them
library
at
for a
home.
basic or a cave
Mm.
and put it on the battlefield tapped.
Who's the ramp deck now, Richard? With
Mine
your
costs 4
Scampering
mana.
Surveyor.
Here we go. Sunken Citadel.
There we go, yeah.
So I choose a color as it enters the battlefield. I choose black. And then I can add 2 black mana to activate abilities of lands, or it can just add a normal black. I'm done.
So at the beginning of my upkeep, exile the top X cards of my library or X number of card types. I have 1.
2?
Escape to the wild.
Don't you have a...
Ooh.
Not
Shannon.
counting himself.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Doc Orlock,
Oh.
Grizzled Genius. Spells you
Almost
cast
made
from
it into
graveyard
my deck.
or from exile cost 2 less to cast. Plotting cards from your hand cost 2 less to cast. I'm going to go ahead and attempt to cast Escape to the Wilds. It costs 3 because it costs 2 less to cast. So exile the top 5 cards from your library. You may play cards exiled this way until the end of your next turn. You may play an additional land this turn. Edgin, Larcenist, Lutenist, Passion Archaeology, Descent in Avernus, and Zombie Grounds. Wild Wasteland. I'm going to play Beside You. I get to play an additional land each turn because of Escape to the Wilds. So I'll take 2. Actually, wait. Hold on. I lied to you. I need another red, so I'm not playing Beside You. I'm going to take 5 this turn because I'm going to play Shatterskull Smashing. So I play Passionate Archaeology or Archaeologist. Which makes it so commanders you own have, whenever you cast a spell from exile, this creature deals damage equal to the spell's mana value to target opponent.
Oh, we're going to take so much damage next turn. And then Descent's coming down too.
Whoa. You think I'm trying to ramp y'all right now? Maybe, because y'all are already ramping anyways. One would say running rampant. But I'm going to actually just play Wild Wasteland. Skip my draw step. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play those cards this turn. Now, this will trigger Passionate Archaeologist. I will target Seth. He's got Toski.
For 3? 3? All right, I'm 31.
What is on the... Is everything there on the battlefield? What is your battlefield?
No,
what
this
exactly
is exiled.
is...
This is exiled from Escape to the Wilds. So I'll go to my end step. We gotta go on another journey with Pikachu. Pikachu gave me a shelter thicket. All right, pass.
End of turn, I'm going to crack a clue to draw a card. Draw for turn. I'll cast Callan. Double Callan on the board. That's a 4-drop, so when I cast it, I can cast a 4-drop for free from my hand. And I think I'm gonna cast Case of the Locked Hothouse. You may play an additional land on each of your turns, and to solve it, I have to control 7 or more lands, and once it solves, you may look at the top card of your library at any time, and you may play lands and cast creature spells and enchantment spells from the top. Seems pretty cool.
Lord, let me get my thespian stage off my open journey so I can copy Richard's inevitable Field of the Dead. You got a board state, Richard, that looks like Field of the Dead. So
One
Field of the Dead
of my land drops.
I'm
one.
2 land drops away from even making a zombie. You guys all have Field Online.
I'm going to
Sorry.
play Guildless Commons. I wouldn't. Taps for 2, but I have to return a land to my hand. It's the Yavimaya again. No forests for you. And then I'm going to play a Misty Rainforest. Flying Lifelink. So I'm going to swing at Crim for 3.
Instead of Richard, right? Who's got 39.
Yeah, but you're doing super scary stuff there.
I like how everyone keeps trying to kill me, even though I have the worst board state here. Oh, so Seth casts a spell, the 10-drop.
I'm going to pass.
Plays a free 10-drop?
Yep.
I mean, it's going to come down this turn cycle no matter what. Like, it'll come down on his turn.
Just don't cast anything.
Wait, wouldn't
Feel
Tomer
free to-
say play responsibly? We just don't cast, right, Phil? I think that's how we get him.
Hey.
We just pass
But it's
our
going to come
turn.
down on his upkeep anyway.
Yeah,
if we
but
do
it doesn't
something.
come down a turn earlier, you know?
It's commander time. We're going to do it. Phil, so I will cast this, which I believe will remove the last counter from your
Oh,
thing.
yep. You all right. And that means I can cast a 10-drop for free, 10 or less. So I'm going to play Future Sight. Play with the top card of your library revealed. You may play the top card of your library as though it was in your hand.
Pretty sweet.
So my commander is it's a Panharmonicon for dealing combat damage. If one of my things dealing combat damage to you triggers something, I get to trigger it twice. And then I'm going to go to combat. And Richard, I feel bad because you're doing the least here, but you're the only one that I can actually get triggers off of, I think, with not losing my entire board. So I'm going to swing at you with a Solemn, a Wood Elves, and a Toski.
Okay, so I'm going to block Toski with the Surveyor and the Wood Elves with the Wretched Wretch.
So Solemn's the one that gets through. I lose the Wood Elves. Toski triggers, which will double by Felix, so I get to draw 2 cards. I will play Shipwreck Marsh as my land for the turn. Richard's probably playing Boom Pile, right? He's got to be Boom Pile. All right, I'm going
If
to...
it's monocolor, you can count
I'm
on
off the Wrath meta because Seth abuses it. I'm off the Wrath
I'm
meta.
going to play Thada Adele.
it. Oh, no.
Okay,
I would
you
walk-
can get the Boom Pile from me. You can get the Boom
Yeah, I might be able to get a Boom Pile from your deck and wrath the board. You can go, Richard.
I promise you, Seth, I do not have Boom Pile.
So Arena trigger, and then a draw card for the turn. I'm gonna play the other cave, Echoing Deeps. I can have it enter the battlefield tapped as a copy of Land in the Graveyard. I'm not gonna have it enter tapped. I'm gonna play my commander. So Gissa, 5 mana 4/4, ward 2, pay 2 life. Skeletons and zombies I have get +1/+1 and menace. Whenever I commit a crime, create 2 tapped 2/2 blue and black zombie rogues. This ability triggers only once each turn. We're gonna pass the turn.
Okay. I'm going to go to my upkeep. I'm going to get
Mhm.
still 1 because, or actually 2. I
Yeah,
get 2.
up to
Look at me
2.
go. I don't get a draw step though, but I do get loot to exile 2. Up. That what's that ruination in there?
That's a
Oh.
ruination.
Huh.
Well,
Huh.
GG.
Look at your mana base though. What?
Oh,
Wait, yeah.
So now I get the Wild Wastelands trigger.
Oh,
All
that's
right.
pretty good from
Wow,
Exile.
Kellen's everywhere.
Don't worry. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna blow up the lands? Probably. Let's find out.
It's
All
Grim,
right.
of course he is.
I also have my cards from Escape to the Wild. So let's just go ahead and pile everything up here. This is all from Exile.
And it's all
And it's
going
all
away
this
at the end
turn.
of this turn.
It's all
Okay.
this turn, yes.
Are we dead? They all cost 2 less, right?
I mean, we're
Yeah, they all
virtually
cost 2
dead.
less.
We're not literally dead.
Oh
but
yeah, the damage
virtually.
kind of sucks. That one's pretty
I
big from
will
Exile.
spend 2 mana to cast Delayed Fireball Blast. From Exile. It's 5 damage to
Yeah.
everything, plus to you.
I'm
Okay.
going to respond by casting Heroic Intervention, which please play this Ruination as well.
Oh, the
You're free
Ruination.
to do that. Unless you have
Fierce
a
Guardianship that.
Okay.
Not
Fierce.
even paying mana for it.
And also, by the way, you each take 3.
I
Or,
take
no,
3.
sorry, one person takes 3. That'll be Phil. Yeah, now Fireball resolves, right?
Oh, it doesn't hit your creatures either? That's actually kind of busted. I get to draw from Solemn. I think Crim wins, actually.
I'm going to spend 2 mana. I'll cast Kellen, Inquisitive Prodigy. I'll deal the damage to Phil. It's 4 damage. I'm going to go ahead and float blue, red. Then I'm going to spend 2. I'm going to cast Ruination.
Okay, I'm going to
So destroy all non-basic.
And then
forward.
I technically have blue and red still floating. I will deal 4 to you, Phil. Ha ha! This is the week I took it upon me to punish all the ramping. Okay.
But you're playing a ramp deck, Crim. You did
Exactly.
the most ramping.
I am
you literally ramped.
I am punishing myself on the way out. All these lands I had? No. Get them out of here.
Wow, Richard
I
hit
get a
0
land.
non-basics. How many basics are in your deck,
non-basics.
Richard?
5.
Is there a Yavamaya on the board?
You
You
just
ruined
literally
Crim.
killed
My
it.
God. My
No,
God.
you didn't.
You
I picked it
literally.
up again.
Are you
Picked it up.
He's just rubbing it in. He's just rubbing it in. Then he blew up all
Oh.
their lands. Oh,
I also picked it up.
Oh,
It's
wait,
in my
hold
hand,
on.
but,
Hold on. What is that? Wait, do y'all hear that? Do you hear that in the distance? That's the YouTube comments pouring in the love and support. And now I'm going to go ahead and play Edgin. One person will take the damage. It'll be Phil. He'll take 3. I will go ahead, fetch for a land, go to 29. I don't know if I want to help you get mana, so let's not.
You're
help
gonna
you.
cast that Descent. No, you're not gonna cast that Descent.
No. That's why I'm not going to play that card.
Wow. Put the Descent.
I
in the
know. I'm
caster.
sorry. I want to get my Triumph.
Continuing to fetch up.
And then I get
non-basics.
an end step trigger.
You get your random land.
Pikachu! Yeah! I got a Thunderball the entire table. Pikachu's! Oh, I wish I needed that earlier. And now Descent is gone forever, everybody. I know you were all excited. I forgot to attack. Oops, go ahead. I got too excited.
I'm
The death was
going
gone for a
to
while,
play
even though I mostly set myself back.
Yavimaya, so everything's
You still have
for a second.
unlimited
You're doing all
mana.
Then I'm going to play a new card, Savvy Trader. When it enters
Oh,
the
that's right.
battlefield,
Bill still has
exile
that
target
card.
permanent from your
I
graveyard.
will
You
still
may
have
play that
it.
card
You weren't supposed
as
to.
long as it remains exiled, and spells you cast from everywhere other but your hand cost 1 less to cast. Exile this Azurius Chancery, but then have my extra land drop be this command tower to get some...
What's giving you extra land drops? Oh,
the case
The
of the
case.
locked. And then I'm going to pass.
I am ready to leave this plane. I have done my job.
The biggest argument
won't
against land
complain.
disruption is it doesn't punish green because green rebuilds faster than everyone else, and Phil
That might be
builded
true.
pretty fast.
We all-
Wait,
unless
did you not
Phil-
even
Phil
attack
needs to kill
Phil?
him. He wants to block.
This feels so bad, but I think I gotta hit a Toxic Deluge. I'm gonna play Combat Research. If it goes on a legendary creature, gets +1/+1 in Ward 1, and when the creature deals combat damage, you get to draw a card. So I'm gonna put that on Toski. Richard, I'm sorry, buddy. I need to draw these
2.
cards to find a Toxic Deluge, so I'll hit you for 2. I will draw 2. I did not hit a Toxic Deluge. I will play Beleged Recovery as a land. I guess that's it. Go ahead.
Deluge doesn't even do. You need a boom pile because look at all the enchantments sitting around.
Yeah, that's
1,
probably true, actually.
2. I have 8 cards in hand.
Wait,
I'm gonna
how
go
does
to
the
discard.
Do you not even
Monocolor
have a
deck-
land? Oh, no.
Yeah.
How does the monocolor deck not?
Oh.
have a swamp. I thought you would be the one.
I mean, it doesn't. If I have one land, it doesn't matter, right? Effectively,
Yeah, I
you
guess it
guys
doesn't
are,
really
like,
change
six
anything.
lands
It's funny
ahead
that
of me.
the two 3-color decks have all their lands being basic.
Like, to play around Ruination, you got to play like 20 basics. If you play like 10,
You gotta
basics,
build
it's
a
not
Tomer
enough,
deck,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, it's not enough.
You can go. I'm gonna discard something irrelevant.
Okay. I'm gonna not draw.
Yeah.
I'm gonna exile 2 from loot. Then I'm gonna exile 2 from Wild Wasteland. All right.
Midnight Reaper discarded.
I'm gonna go ahead and play Rootbound Crag because I feel like Exotic Orchard. Oh well, actually, you all have lands. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Nature's Lore to get a forest. Oh God, did I get all my forests?
Like all the forests in general.
You got a basic forest in your Ruination deck? Not
Yeah.
even one of each
Oh
color?
my God.
This is an act of pure spite and to me being tired of okay, I found my forest. Oh, and then that's 2 damage to somebody. Well, let's send that to Phil.
I see a pattern here. I can guess where all the triggers are going.
I'm gonna play Cemetery Prowler. Now this will have a trigger of off
Ooh.
archaeology. So then that one I'll deal 3 damage to Phil. Then Edgin will also have a trigger, which is whenever you cast your second spell each turn, goad target creature an opponent controls. Phil, I'm goading whatever your giant meatball creature is. Let's do the Cemetery Prowler trigger. I'll exile a Heroic Intervention for no specific reason. Don't mind me. Spells I cast cost 1 less to cast for each card type that share a type with the cards exiled with Prowler. I'm gonna swing Edgin and Kellen at Seth. This is Vigilance. So actually, I'll go ahead and send 3, 6, 8.
Wait, if you target your indestructible land with Kellen,
Oh,
you still draw
does it have to
card?
destroy it?
Yeah, you get to draw
That
if you
should
target
still
it. Yeah.
work.
I will target my indestructible land.
Man, maybe shouldn't have said that then.
So,
Thanks, Phil. All
all
right.
right. So I'll take 8
Nice.
down to 18.
That is the end of my turn, which will then trigger Pikachu's Journey. I get Thespian Stage. Okay.
Maybe that enchantment ramp thing's actually good. Like, this has been 4-mana ramp before.
No one removed it. Yeah. Well, it's actually really good
I'll
because you Armageddon and then it keeps coming.
Oh, with
out.
Armageddon,
It's even better, right?
Yeah.
I didn't play Armageddon. Armageddon blows up all lands. The only person that can call it Armageddon is Richard.
I'm going to play Vega the Watcher. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, draw a card. Then I'm going to play Arid Archway. It's a bounce land, taps for 2, but I return a land. And if I would return a desert, I would even surveil one, but nah. Let's check if we find something. Ooh, that's I will
Oh.
die before I cast this. God damn it.
You don't even have double white, do you? What
I don't
is
know
your
if you
last-
have
I
single
can get
white,
double white. I
honestly.
can just play this Azurius Chancery.
Yep.
And yeah, this one has to swing in, so it swings in at, I guess, Seth. Richard really doesn't do anything anymore, so swing at Seth.
I take 6 down to 12.
And I pass.
I got my 1 for the season. That wasn't for
Alright.
Richard. I got my 1 for the
Untap and draw.
I don't know why you think I'm the one that needs to be Armageddon.
Richard.
Look at the two.
No.
ramp players.
You're not the one that needs to
What?
get Armageddon.
I'm-
I'm just saying I get my 1 LP,
I take 2. You draw 2.
and
I
nothing
will
better
play
than Pikachu to
Yeah,
do it.
my I'll play Suspicious Stowaway. You know what, Richard? I feel bad. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to play Skullwinder. If it resolves, I'm going to target you, Richard, to get one of your lands back.
Whoa, I got 1 land. Let's say I kept 2 lands. I would have 3 lands versus like 12 permanents from Phil.
Hey, I'm not sure any of this really matters. I'm also going to get a land in Shipwreck Marsh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'll discard this Orin Frostbite hand size.
Okay, I'm gonna get Echoing Deeps. Okay, 1, 2. Oh dear. Echoing Deeps untapped. Wayfarer's Bauble.
Okay.
Hell
yeah.
yeah, brother.
And
Who's
I
the
got
ramp
discard
tech
for
now?
hand size. These are all hot cards, but I think I gotta get rid of Siphon Mind. Go ahead.
All right. I don't draw, but now I still have 2 non-lands. So 1,
No,
2, and then
that
I've
Italian?
got Wild Wasteland.
chill it, Harley.
1, 2.
Whew.
Let's play Rejuvenating Springs. I'm going to just set my pile of nonsense over here.
So anything
Um,
from exile costs 2 less and instants cost
Yeah.
3 less?
1 less from Cemetery Prowler, but if it's from exile, I guess, I'm going to play Arcane Signet. I'm going to make it so Phil or Seth takes 2.
Down to 10.
Then I'm going to spend 4 mana to play Atali. I'm going to make Seth take 6. That'll be my second spell, which will then make it so that I goad Phil's big weenie hut creature. Let's go to combat. I'm going to attack with Kellen at Seth. and I'm going to target my artifact land. I'm going to swing with Cemetery Prowler at Richard. And then I'm going to go ahead and exile, let's see here, the Orin Frostfang from Seth's Yard. And then I'm going to draw a card from Kellen.
So I'm down to 1.
And then I get my last Pikachu, which is
Made it all the way.
Surveil land. I will keep that. And then my little land goes to exile permanently. And that's it.
All right. That's
Super
ooh,
chill.
a saga.
Super chill turn.
I mean, I gotta play this saga. Level 1, it taps for 1. Please be a counter. That is not a counter. I mean, I have to try it regardless, but I
Yeah.
think it's not gonna
Odds
happen.
not good, but
I'm going to play this from the top of my library as a land.
Don't we see the
Man.
top card? Yeah. What's the
I
top?
think you got to do it, Phil. I think you have
I
to.
will do it, but I assume
Like, what else can you do?
Prim would have done something else.
I
mean,
assume,
I am
yeah.
going to cast Ondo Inversion.
Yeah. True.
All right. I guess I was 3 steps ahead. I will counterspell, draw 2 cards, and discard a card. I will discard Valakut Awakening.
hmm
I'm going to swing at Richard.
I go to 16.
Then I'll pass, and I will solve the case. Now I can do the same
Wow.
thing I
even
could have
through
done.
the Armageddon,
Regardless.
still solve the case.
It's Ruination. Very different. You're at 5 mana.
We're
It's a
super
fully
dead.
functional
What
mana
can we
base.
do?
Krim just casually casting like 20 mana of spells every turn. So you
I
guys
only have
5
3,
mana. You're
6,
good.
Yeah, you
7,
guys are
8.
doing good. You're doing
I
good
have
over
8.
there.
I only have 3 more lands than you do.
And all your spells cost 2 less.
And
Oh,
he
3
ruined
and your-
himself harder
your
than
wolf.
the both of you too. And he's still ahead of
Yeah.
Phil making double land drops.
Toski, sorry, Richard's got to go at you
It's
again.
called
so I
getting
draw,
postered.
and then-
All right.
And then Suspicious Stowaway and Skullwinder going at you, Krim.
Okay, I'll take all of it.
Okay, so I will draw 1, 2, 3, 4, and then after I draw, I get to
Mhm.
loot with the Stowaway. Those cards aren't going to save me.
Toxic Deluge
and then
is
I
off
will
the menu.
loot.
you can't.
Yeah, I'm at 1. So I'm going to discard a fetch land, which I can't actually crack at the moment.
You have a
Um,
Maya. You're safe.
I have other lands. I'm going to play Shipwreck Marsh. 1, 2, and 3. All right, I'll go at loot, and it's Ward 1. So Beast Within at loot.
I will Deflecting Swat. I will move that to your Shipwreck Marsh.
I will float a green mana, and then that'll go away. And then I'll grab the beast in just a second. How did you draw all your counters and exile none of them?
That
Drew
is a good
every spell
question.
that you wanted to have in your hand and exiled none of them. I'm
That
losing
is-
my mana to play
Oh, good.
a Landowar and a Delighted Halfling, and then I get a beast, and you can go, Richard.
Oh, Seth has the. Oh wait, does a tally does not fly. All right, I
Yeah,
go to
but-
13.
Kellen does. I can't really survive the Kellen. Just for you, Krim. There we go. My beast token. I will.
Wait, Seth, how did you even come up with that? Where did that get? How did that get into your collection?
It came with a collection I bought a long time ago. I had a bunch of these custom tokens, and they were in the collection. Yeah.
I'm playing OG Urborg, so it adds a single black if I tap it, but I can remove First Strike or Swamp Walk from target creature. That's committing a crime if
Okay.
you don't know. I'm gonna discard. I think I can't
actually, I
cast
have
this
8.
spell. Can
I have
cast
8
this
as
one?
well. I will discard a Hedge Maze.
I think we discard Thematic Compass. I don't think we're hitting the 7 land transform mode anytime soon. Pass.
All right, I'll get
Yeah.
3 from loot because of Arcane Signet now. There's an artifact.
Yeah.
1. I got Flaming Tyrannosaurus.
Oh my god.
What's
The
that
Lost
giant
and the
dinosaur?
Damned.
Doesn't look good.
Rashmi and
Oh, the
Ragavan.
Rashmi is very scary as well. Yeah, we might
Here?
all be
Can
dead.
he, like,
yeah.
literally win here?
I think he can, right?
And then I'm gonna get Wild Wasteland. So I got Dreamroot Cascade and Talisman of Creativity. So I'm gonna play Dreamroot Cascade, and then I'm gonna go ahead and play Talisman, which now I will give a light haircut to Phil. Then I'm gonna spend 5 mana. I'm gonna play Flaming Tyrannosaurus. Actually, 4 mana because I've got Prowler. So I get to deal a 7-ball to Phil. That's my second spell. So Edgin will trigger. Chris Pine is about to come over there and target your giant noodle monster. I don't know what it's called. The Kraken.
Deep Sea Kraken.
So Richard didn't do anything, so my Suspicious Stowaway is actually going to flip here. Not that it really matters.
I'm going to play Rashmi and Ragavan. I will deal 4 damage to Richard. Flaming Tyrannosaurus will trigger with Paradox. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, it deals 3 damage, and then I put a 1/1 counter on it. I will send 3 damage to Phil. I will go ahead and cast the Lost and the Damned, which is whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control from anywhere other than your hand, you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, create a 3/3 red creature token. That's going to be 3 damage to Richard. Flaming Tyrannosaurus will
go to
trigger.
6.
That'll go to Phil.
Oh yeah, we're definitely dead.
I mean,
We should.
yeah, without even just the
dead.
burn from the spells should kill everyone.
I'm
Plus
going
he
to
can
send
attack us too.
Kellen at Seth in the air, target my
Sure.
indestructible land. Then I'm going to swing with Atali at Phil. And then I'm going to send Cemetery Prowler at Richard. I have 3 attack triggers now. So, Kellen, target indestructible land. We'll resolve first.
Yeah.
I'll exile nonsense. Then I'll exile the artifact from Richard's graveyard. Artifacts cost 1 less. Atali will attack. We each exile off
the
the top.
Italia kills everyone.
So I want to 69-420 no scope. Let's see if I can get there.
Oh, yeah, that
Good
works.
guess.
Land, Crypt Ghast, and Invasion of Kaldheim.
Oh, that'll still do it, right? No, does it do it?
Mhm.
So yeah, I have 14 damage to deal. So I'll
Yep.
play the 4 off the Crypt Ghast. I'll send that to Richard, and then Flaming Dinosaur will trigger Tyrannosaurus. We'll send 3 damage to Phil. Then I'll play the Invasion of Kaldheim. When it enters the
Yeah.
battlefield, exile all cards from my hand. Draw that many cards until the end of your next turn. You may play cards exiled this way. I have a battle now, so that means I have more types. Then I'll send 4 damage to Richard. Tyrannosaurus will send 3 to you, Seth.
GG.
That is GG. That was pretty
Wow.
impressive.
Big Flaming Tyrannosaurus and Pikachu! And the entire Magic community screams, "We love you, Krim, for playing Pikachu and LD!" And
I
the
gotta say, though,
silence
it's-
is deafening!
It's weird how Seth, how Crims and my deck played the same synergies, but had to play different cards. Like you had all the red cards and I had all the white cards that did it, I guess. Damn, I kind of loved my deck. That was pretty cool.
Wow. Yeah, that was quite the game. That's for sure. We got to see some new commanders really pop off there. And yeah, so anyway, that brings us to the end of this week's episode of Commander Clash. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. And we will be back next week for another sweet Commander game. So until then, have a spectacular week. And this is the crew signing out.